Hello?
Your Honor.
Okay, good morning. Is it Mr. Lagarde?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Ms. Donnelly, are you representing him?
I am, Your Honor.
Okay. Are you ready to proceed, or you can speak to him privately?
I have, Your Honor. Thank you. I'm ready to proceed.
On the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Michael Louis Lagarde, file number is 19-04456 SD. Counsel appearance.
Thank you, Your Honor. Erin Housefield on behalf of the people.
And Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of the defendant Michael Lagarde, who is appearing separately by Zoom.
Okay. Mr. Lagarde, we need your fingerprints. When can you come and do that?
I can do that. I didn't get my paperwork, so I'm gonna do that for first thing tomorrow morning. That's okay. 8 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, today's the date that's set for a pre-trial. How are we proceeding on this?
Your Honor, at this time, there is an offer from the state. It is to plead guilty to an added count of OWI first, and they will dismiss the OWI second and the driving while license suspended second. At this time, I've discussed it preliminary with Mr. Lagarde, but if we could have a plea set in 2 weeks so that I can go over in further detail and we can discuss any concerns before a plea.
Okay. Very good. Okay, Ms. Lagarde, make sure you have your prints taken care of before that date, okay?
Okay.
I'm gonna give you the date in just a moment.
We can do the November 15th at
November 15th at 10
10 a.m.
a.m. That's correct.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have any questions today, Mr. Lagarde?
No, I do not. I appreciate the time to meet you. I'll see you then.
Okay. Are you under the influence of anything today, Mr.
No, I'm
Lagarde?
not. No, I'm not.
Okay. Any additional matters for the record?
Nothing for the people. Thank you.
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, we'll see you on the 15th, Mr. Lagarde. You come in person, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay, you're all set for now, Mr. Lagarde. You're free to go.
All right. Appreciate it.
Thank you. And then is it Jennifer Asarian? You're muted.
I'm sorry. Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Lagarde, you can hang up. Okay, we're on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Jennifer Marie Asarian, file number 21-02923. Counsel appearance, please.
Victoria Shinzing on behalf of the people under MCR 8120.
And Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of the defendant Jennifer Asarian, who is appearing separately by Zoom.
Today is the date that is set for a pre-trial. How are we proceeding on this?
Your Honor, right now there is no offer from the state. I would request to be set for a final pre-trial and jury trial.
Okay.
You can do November 15th at 8 a.m. for the final trial, and then November 22nd.
Okay, your final pre-trial is going to be November 15th at 8 a.m. here in person at the court. And your jury trial will be November 22nd at 8 a.m. here in person at the court. Do you have any questions today, Mrs. Asarian?
No, I do not, ma'am. Thank you.
No problem. Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing
No,
for
Your
the
Honor.
defense. Thank you.
Thank you. You're all set. Mrs. Asarian, you're free to go.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
You're welcome. Okay. How are we proceeding on Mr. Norris?
Your Honor, there are many allegations, I think mainly on two different dates, September 1st allegations and October 12th allegations. He would be pleading guilty to those September 1st allegations, but the new one on October 12th is in regards to a felony that he's been charged with. So I would, if it was okay, I would just request that he be able to plead guilty and maybe withdraw that allegation or hold it off in abeyance pending the new case. That would be my request.
Okay, so you're saying the violation from October 14th is the one that you want?
Oh, I apologize. Yes,
Well, court wouldn't withdraw that. We can set that out. We're not gonna withdraw it.
my other alternative would be if a no contest plea to it,
To,
possessing the cocaine on October 12th. That's where I
well,
got the
that
date.
are still pending. You haven't even had a preliminary examination on that, so.
All right,
I'm agreeable to setting that one out pending that matter versus I wouldn't even accept the plea on that at this point. Or no
That'll work
contest or okay.
thank you.
Now, the allegations for the violations for September 1, you were saying he's gonna plead to all of those?
Yes, he does not dispute those allegations, Your Honor. He would do it with explanation.
Okay, is that correct, Mr. Norris?
I don't know at this time, to be honest.
Okay, did you speak with your attorney today at all?
Yes, earlier.
Okay, I don't know if I called the case. We're on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Ricky Dwayne Norris. This is file number 21-00401 SM. Council appearance.
Thank you, Your Honor. Aaron Housefield on behalf of the people.
And Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of the defendant Ricky Norris, who's appearing separately by Zoom.
Okay, thank you. This is the date that was set for a hearing on a probation violation. Prior to going on the record, there was a discussion about how we were going to move forward as to the violation dated October 14th. That involves pending allegations, which are supposed to be set soon for a preliminary examination. The court will push that date out pending resolution on that matter. We're not going to address that one today. He's already been arraigned on that violation or alleged violation. As to the violation from September 1st, the allegations, Mr. Norris, is that you failed to pay fines and costs in the amount of $41 that was due as of August 8, 2021, and that you owe a total amount of $1,965. There's an allegation that you violated your probation by consuming alcohol, cocaine, and marijuana while on probation, as evidenced by a positive lab test that results came in on August 24, 2021. There's an allegation that you failed to obtain an assessment and follow recommendations for services, that you failed to pay the fees and provide proof of completion as ordered as part of your probationary period. And there's an allegation that you failed to continue services with community mental health and pay fees and provide proof of completion to the court. There's an allegation that you failed to submit the PBT and or your analysis testing back on September 8th, 2021. And there is an allegation that you failed to report to your probation officer in September 2021. So those are the allegations that your attorney has communicated to the court that you are willing to accept responsibility to. Is that accurate, is what I'm asking you?
Yes.
Okay, can you raise your right hand for me, sir? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Mr. Norris, you have the right to be represented by counsel. You are being represented today by Ms. Donnelly from Office of the Public Defender. You have the right to proceed to a contested hearing today on these alleged violations of your probationary period. If you are to be found guilty or if you plead guilty to these violations, you could be subject to sanctions. So that means your probation can be increased, or you can be terminated from it, and you could be sentenced to jail time, or you could get additional sanctions or programming as deemed appropriate by the court. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And you wish to waive your right to have a contested hearing on the alleged violations?
I don't know, honestly.
Okay, we can have your hearing if you don't want to waive your right.
So would I be able to talk to Sarah separately in order to go along with this, or no?
You can. We're off the record. I'll put you in the private meeting room.
Okay.
Sarah, you're already in room 1, okay? Okay, Mr. Norris. Okay. Is it Esmeralda Perez? Okay, do you have an attorney representing you today?
No.
Did you request court-appointed counsel? She did. I don't know. She just was not eligible. Is that what happened?
So she applied on the 18th.
Yeah, I have it in the file that she applied. Did you have retained counsel at the time of your underlying case, ma'am?
I tried to obtain from the council, she asked me to get 3 retainers fee for an attorney for today. But when I talked to Mike Maloney, attorney, he said that I didn't need an attorney because I have what I needed to have complete from the last time I was here. And it was, so I have it here for those classes that I failed to complete. I didn't understand quite when I was sentencing to complete these classes, that it was within the terms before probation.
Okay,
So
let me call the case. For on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Esmeralda Perez, file number is 20-00757 SD. Ma'am, you're proceeding today for the court without an attorney. And so I'm assuming you were denied court-appointed counsel and they asked you to get 3 quotes, is what it sounds like you were saying.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand that.
The public defender's office asked you to get 3 quotes. Is that why you were contacting Mataloni?
Yes,
Okay. And so you did not complete that portion. So you understand that you are proceeding without attorney today, or are you requesting an adjournment so that you can get it?
well, he said that I didn't need, he wasn't gonna give me a written,
Quote.
yes, because to the information he asked me about my case and what I said to him, as far as the knowledge I have, he says, I don't need an attorney. I just needed to bring this paperwork.
Okay, so the violations that you failed to enroll and complete the victim impact panel within 90 days, is that what you have their paperwork?
Yes, and it was during COVID, so I had a hard time getting into these classes, and I'm not too much, I don't know a lot about computers and stuff, so I kind of had to wait till I can make an appointment and,
That's
personal.
fine. Who was the probation officer that's supposed to be here on this?
It was Ryan.
Oh, I'm talking to Mr.
Oh, I'm
Goodell.
sorry.
I'm gonna guess Danielle.
Okay, can you get her paperwork? Show it to Danielle and ask them if they'll withdraw the violation. We're off the record. Okay. Mr. Norris,
Yes, Your Honor.
okay. Go back on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Ricky Norris, and appearances have already been placed on the record. Mr. Norris, you spoke with Ms. Donnelly. The question that the court posed to you prior to you going back into private meeting room was whether or not you wanted to plead guilty to those allegations. So how do you want to proceed today? How do you want to plead as to those violations?
I pleaded guilty to those violations.
Okay, and so has anybody made any promises to you to get you to waive your hearing today and plead guilty?
No,
Okay, is anybody threatening you to get you to plead guilty?
no,
Okay, as to the allegation that you failed to pay fines and costs in the amount due of $41 as of August 8th, total amount due being $1,965, how do you plead?
guilty.
Okay, were you ordered to pay fines and costs and restitution as part of your sentencing, sir?
Yes,
Okay, and were you supposed to pay $41 on August 8th, 2021?
yes,
Did you make that payment?
no.
Okay, were you trying to provide the court with the explanation as to why?
I haven't, but at this time I was looking for a job. I was working at Applebee's a little like 2 months ago, but
Okay,
just
thank you. So, okay,
Did you,
that's sufficient. That's sufficient, sir. I am concerned that you may share more information than the court needs, okay? As a violation that you violated your probation by consuming alcohol, cocaine, and marijuana while on probation as evidenced by a positive lab result test dated for August 24th, 2021. How do you plead, sir?
guilty to use.
Okay, and as part of your probation, were you ordered not to purchase or possess or consume any alcohol or drugs or marijuana?
I was.
Okay, and on August 24th, were you ordered to go and test?
I wasn't 100% sure if I was. I don't believe I called.
Okay. Are you disputing that you tested positive on August 24th for cocaine, alcohol, and marijuana?
I want to say I went in the 24th. I'm not even for sure what day it was.
Okay, but I'm asking you, are you disputing that you tested positive for alcohol, cocaine, and marijuana on that day?
No.
Okay, had you consumed alcohol, cocaine, or marijuana prior to the 24th of August?
Yes.
Okay, and you knew you were consuming alcohol and cocaine and marijuana when you consumed it?
Yes.
And you knew it was in violation of your probation?
Sadly, yes.
Okay. And then there is an allegation that you failed to obtain an assessment and follow the recommendations for services. You were to pay a fee and provide proof of completion. And so were you ordered, or how did you plead as to that violation actually?
I want to say I got help from my social worker in order to get help with the CMA stuff, but it was like, I think I did tell you, but I had to go through hoops, loops, and then I just like got irritated with it and said fuck it, and then haven't like went back there since. But after today, I have to make a phone call and then get more help and reach out
Okay, well,
as I'm looking for
my
jobs today
question
as
was
well.
whether or not you got an assessment. Were you ordered to get an assessment, sir?
In the paperwork, I'll have to review it more than likely.
Okay. So you're not disputing that you were ordered to obtain an assessment and follow the recommendations for services?
No,
Okay. And so you did, just to be clear, did you or did you not get the assessment done?
I did not get an assessment done yet.
Okay. And then the allegation that you failed to continue services with community mental health and pay the fees and provide proof of completion to the court. How do you plead as to that allegation?
I'm guilty for not continuing with the services.
Okay, so you did not continue with your services with community mental health?
No,
Okay, what happened there? Why have you not continue with community mental health?
I was in the process of getting Medicare or health insurance in order for them to even set me up with anything. And then I want to say I recently got Medicare and food stamps benefits like 2-3 months ago.
Okay. And there's an allegation that you failed to submit to PBT and or urinalysis testing back on September 8th, 2021. How do you plead?
Guilty for not showing on the 8th.
Okay, so you admit that you were ordered to show and you did not show?
See, I did not show.
Okay. And then lastly,
I
there's a
want to say I was-
violation that,
I'll say
sorry?
I believe I didn't show because I was like ordered to come in the morning and not the afternoon.
Okay. And there's a violation that you failed to report to probation in September 2021. How do you plead?
September 8th or 14th.
Well, it
Most
says you did not report as scheduled. So whatever your scheduled date, the allegation is that you did not report. How do you plead as to that violation?
I say guilty for not reporting on September. Well, the beginning of
Okay,
September.
Did you report at any time in September?
I want to say yes.
Okay, so you say you did report, it was not on the scheduled date. Is that your testimony?
So I believe so.
Okay, any additional factual basis?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Okay, are you satisfied with the factual basis, Ms. Donnelly?
I am, Your Honor.
Okay, and Mr. Norris, I'm gonna accept your plea to those violations from September 1st, 2021. I find your plea to be made freely, voluntarily, and intelligently. The recommendation from probation was to either continue or to terminate your probation. What probation needs from you is for you to indicate to the court one way or the other your willingness to stay on probation and to be in compliance. Otherwise, their recommendation is for the court to impose jail time at their discretion. Ms.
I'm willing to
Donnelly,
stay on
did
probation.
you? Yep, Miss. Okay, I'm gonna let Ms. Donnelly advocate for you. Okay, sir. Ms.
Okay.
Donnelly.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Norris indicates that he would like to stay on probation. He knows that he has not put in the required effort to comply with the probation terms. He like I said, he knows now he's been on Medicaid and food assistance for 2 to 3 months, but he knows he needs to connect with CMH. He knows that he can get substance abuse treatment and those types of services through CMH. But he admits that he has not done it. He does wish to be still on probation. So that would be our recommendation, is that he be continued on probation. If that means extending it or setting new terms, just so that, like I said, he continues to be available and given the opportunity for services so that he can get better. He also reports that, like I think he said before or alluded to, he is still looking for work, Your Honor. But he does report that with his new felony case, he is reporting to pretrial services as ordered. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Norris, this is your first violation of probation since I put you on probation.
Yes, I'll have a question.
I'm sorry?
Where's the
Hold on.
place? Where's the building at for me to actually go inside to pay for probation or the restitution stuff instead of online, since I don't have a debit card anymore?
You'll come down to the court where I am.
Oh,
54A
really?
district. Yes, it's right in here. You go to the criminal building, the criminal window on the 6th floor.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
Um,
Hold on.
a lot easier.
I'm sorry?
So that would be a lot easier to be able to come in instead of trying to pay online.
Okay, yeah, you can always come in and make those payments, sir, during business hours. And so the court was going to address their concerns and impose a sentencing at this time, okay, sir?
Okay.
I think the court's primary concern is that you've not continued with community mental health as ordered. That's necessary, sir. Have you re-engaged with them yet?
Not yet, but I'm looking to go in there today during business
Okay,
office hours.
yeah. Okay, yeah, the court's ordering you to go in there today. So you need to continue with, I'm going to continue your probation. I'm going to extend it just a little bit, but I want to see you engaged again with community mental health. You're going to continue your testing. You're not to have any drugs, alcohol, or marijuana unless you have a valid prescription. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. You need to make sure you get this assessment done that you were supposed to get done months ago, okay?
Yes. Is that through CMH?
Yeah, I believe that you were supposed to get an assessment or through CMH
Okay. Okay.
and follow
Here-
the recommended treatment.
I believe it has something to do with the substance abuse use, that he was going to get an assessment and be following through with the treatment recommendations. I have instructed Mr. Norris that there's plenty of people who provide that. I know that his probation officers probably referred to him to plenty of people like Pats and Cogs, but I told him to first go through CMH and see what they can provide.
Okay, that's good advice from your attorney, okay, Mr. Norris? So you make sure you do that, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
You're originally sentenced to 12 months probation. I'm actually not going to extend it at this time. I'm going to continue the probation. You need to make sure you get back and make those payments. When are you going to come in and make a payment, sir?
I could tomorrow.
Okay. You're going to be testing at least twice a month. I'm not sure how much you were testing before. Mr. Ledesma, how much was he testing, if you know?
I'll say twice a month.
It was twice a month, Your Honor.
Okay. We're going to continue your testing at least twice a month. You need to get with CMH by today or tomorrow, and find out from them if you can get an assessment scheduled and completed. If not, you let Mr. Ledesma know and they'll give you some information as to where you can get a substance abuse assessment, okay?
Okay.
Okay, as long as you don't have any further violations, I won't extend or terminate and put you in jail. This was your first violation. You're reporting to pretrial services weekly?
They said the next time I report to them is November 17th.
Okay, make sure you continue to report as ordered. Any questions today, sir?
What time do you think CMH is looking for me to come in?
I don't think they're looking for you. You told me that you were going to contact them.
Yeah, but you said it was.
Do you have a
I would have
caseworker?
I think so. A caseworker or a social
You should-
worker.
Yes, if you should contact your social worker or caseworker, whatever they refer to them as, and see if you can get in there immediately, okay?
Okay.
Okay, any other questions?
No, that's all.
Any additional matters for the record?
Your Honor, as it relates to the October 14th violation, Your Honor indicated it would set, the court would set that beyond the pending felony matter. Will the court set a date at this time? If the court recalls, he's one of the very large group of co-defendants that I'm not sure have a set preliminary exam yet because of the need for conflict counsel.
Right.
I don't know if the court wants to set this for a status review in 30 days and then set a date after that.
We actually have that, I think, set tentatively for December 16th. So we can do a status after that.
Thank you, Your Honor.
No, and then there's no further issues or needs for me, Your Honor. Thank you.
I'm sorry?
I apologize. No further matters for the defense.
Oh, okay. Thank you. You're all set for today, Mr. Norris.
Okay. Is your office open right now for me to come in to try to make a payment?
Yes, the court is open until 5.
Okay.
You'll make that at the criminal traffic window though, not at my office. We don't take money here, okay? So as soon as you get off the elevator, there's gonna be a criminal traffic window there, okay?
Okay. Say, Sarah, would you be able to text me the address?
Yes, I can. Yep.
Okay, appreciate it.
You're all set. Thank you.
Thank you. And I'll talk to you later, Mr. Mario.
No problem.
Okay, what happened with Miss Perez?
Mario.
Okay. Miss Perez. We're back on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Esmeralda Perez in file number 20-00757 SD. The court went off the record because today was the date set for a violation hearing. The alleged violation is that Ms. Perez failed to complete or enroll and complete the VIP within 90 days. She brought some paperwork and I had Mr. Bigelow contact probation so that they could determine whether or not they wanted to withdraw their violation request based on that information.
Your Honor,
Yeah, yes.
it looks like we did receive a completion of the victim impact panel completed on the 16th of September of this year, at which point it appears that's the only violation that was issued. So at this point, I would ask the court that the court would be willing to dismiss the violation.
Okay, the court will dismiss the violation. You're all set, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're good, though.
Okay, Ms. Roberts? We're on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Mercedita Diane Roberts, file number 20-02937FY. Counsel appearance, please.
Victoria Shinsing on behalf of the people under MCR 8120.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. James Keithley, Assistant Public Defender, appearing on behalf of Mercedita Roberts, who is present in the courtroom to my right.
Thank you. Today's the date that was set for a hearing. And a probation violation. Just locate the violation. The violation for September 1st states that the defendant has been suspended from PATS due to not calling the hotline for testing in over 45 days. How are we proceeding at this time, Mr. Cooper?
I believe we're having a hearing, Your Honor.
Okay. Did you notify probation? Mario's already on. Mr. Ledesma? Are you handling Ms. Roberts' matter?
Ms. Roberts, let me see here, Judge.
Mr. Dita Roberts?
I don't. Let's see here. I was covering Your Honor, but I'm assisting Stephanie on this. Just if I'm gonna grab her really quick so I'll be handling it for her though. Okay.
Okay, okay, we're ready. Whenever you're ready, we're ready for the hearing.
Give me a moment. Thank you, Judge.
No problem.
Oh, I'm busy. Hey, Judge, sorry about that. All right, Judge, I am ready on this one.
Mr. Ledesma, can you hear me?
Yeah, Judge, sorry about that.
No problem. Can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, you can proceed, counsel.
Officer, could you state and spell your name for the record?
First name is Mario, Mario. Last name is Ledesma, Ledesma.
And where are you employed?
I'm employed as a probation officer for the 54A District Court, City of Lansing,
And how long have you been employed there?
since July of 2010.
And then what do you do as a probation officer?
I supervise clients or defendants placed on probation for a period of time by the court.
And are you familiar with the name Mercedita Diane Roberts?
As of today, I am.
And as of today, are you overseeing Mrs. Roberts' probation?
I am not the probation officer overseeing her case, but I am filling in at this point in time. She was currently being currently supervised by Ryan Pulaski, who no longer is employed at 54A District Court and who has now been reassigned to a new probation agent that just started a few weeks ago, Stephanie Kendall.
Is there a probation file where the information is kept for this case?
Yes.
And do you have access to it?
Yes, I do.
Okay. What is the defendant on probation for?
The client's on probation for a count 2 of police officer assault and resisting obstructing, and a count 3 of disorderly person obscene conduct.
And when did Ms. Roberts start probation?
That was on December 1st of 2020.
And what is the length of the
And
probation?
she was placed on a period of 10-month probation.
Has Ms. Roberts violated her probation?
As of the violation issued on September 1st, there was a violation that was issued for was suspended from PATS due to not calling the hotline for testing in over 45 days.
Your Honor, I'm going to have to object to that question, at least as to the answer it appears that Mr. Ledesma is giving as to whether she violated the terms of her probation relative to this. That's what we're here to decide at this point. If she's asking as to whether she's previously violated the terms of probation, I'm not sure exactly what the relevance of that question would be.
I'm asking if the current.
Okay, I believe her question
You can watch
was,
from the office, Ron.
I'm sorry, Mr. Ledesma, are you talking to us?
No, Your Honor, sorry.
Thank you. Okay, I believe her question has she ever violated? So I would imagine that meant past tense, but I'll allow you to clarify.
Yes, I guess I'll rephrase the question. Has a request and summons for probation violation been filed?
Okay. Do you want to clarify that any further, or are you asking in general? Are you asking as it relates to this particular request?
Yes.
Okay. Did you want to rephrase the question or restate the question for Mr. Ledesma?
Has a request and summons for a probation violation been filed?
That is correct.
For what violation?
That was for violation number 13 of the probation terms, the orders of probation as ordered at Ms. Roberts' sentencing on December 1st of 2020.
At this time, Your Honor, I'd request you to take judicial notice of the order of probation entered on December 3rd, 2020.
So taken, thank you.
When was this request filed?
The probation violation was requested on September 1st of 2021.
And how did you come to know of this violation?
One second. Look at the notes.
Your Honor, I'm going to have to object. Mr. Ledesma is supposed to be here testifying at this point, not reviewing the file and doing his prep work while taking the stand and testifying. If Mr. Ledesma wants to, if Mr. Ledesma had indicated, I can't remember, and there was something with which to refresh his memory, that would be a separate issue. However, at this point, it sort of appears like probation has done no prep work. He's not ready to testify. And instead of saying, I can't testify at this point, or even indicating he doesn't remember, he's saying, well, let me go ahead and take a look through the notes rather than testifying to those things of which I have actual knowledge.
Do you want to respond to the objection?
Your Honor, this time we'd ask for an adjournment.
Okay, based on what?
Thank you, Your Honor. Erin Housefield, on behalf of the people. It would seem, I understand that this is the people's burden for this probation violation. However, given the fact that the original probation officer on this matter is Ryan Pulaski, and he's no longer employed with the probation department, I understand that it was Mr. Ledesma's statement earlier today that someone else was supposed to be covering this matter. He was stepping in, I can only assume, because there was an issue with the other person. Certainly, there are no rules of evidence. He may testify to things that are contained in the file. That's not Mr. Keithley's objection. His objection is that he is testifying directly from the file, as opposed to using the file to refresh his recollection and placing it down and continuing. But certainly, given the fact that he's just stepped into this role, having to provide testimony today, even if it's a brief 5 or 10 minute adjournment, Your Honor, so that he may get up to speed with the file, I think would be a fair request based on the lack of Mr. Pulaski.
Okay, so you're not requesting an adjournment like to another date. You are requesting a recess.
More than anything, Your Honor, just so that Mr. Pulaski, if appropriate, could get up, I'm sorry, Ledesma, here we are, could get up to speed with the file. And if it turns out that he cannot and the people cannot go forward with this, then certainly we would be able to relay that back to the court.
Mr. Bieber.
Thank you, Your Honor. I would be objecting to that. This matter has been scheduled for, it was scheduled for another date, and then it even got adjourned out to this date. Mr. Ledesma is not the probation officer who has been assigned to this file. As I understand it, he's never touched this file. There have been other individuals who would have probably been ready to go and appear and testify in this matter because they actually have worked this file. This is probation simply not being prepared to proceed and just sending a body to fill a role without any knowledge of what's going on here. The reason for the objection or the request for a recess or an adjournment or whatever it is probation's not ready to proceed in this. Since they're not ready to proceed, we would ask for a dismissal.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I don't think that Mr. Ledesma has indicated that he was not prepared to proceed. I'm going to sustain your objection, but I'm going to grant a recess We're gonna be in recess for 20 minutes. I got 3 people waiting in my courtroom anyway, so we're gonna close the courtroom for some private proceedings. So we're gonna take a 20-minute.
Your Honor, can I make one request given that?
Yes.
Given that we are giving Mr. Ledesma additional time to prepare in this matter and not simply be testifying directly out of his file, can I request that Mr. Ledesma actually come up from the 5th floor and appear in the courtroom?
Mr. Ledesma, are you in the building?
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
Okay, yeah, he can come to the courtroom when we proceed.